Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rate That Full Art Supporter. And this time we have nobody else than Skyla for you. And in fact, this is going to be the first of two Skylas we'll be rating in this show once we get to the second one, because as some of you might know, Skyla didn't not only receive one full art, but actually two. So today we're going to be looking at the first one. And you know what? Before we get into the rankings and ratings and what you guys thought about it, let's take a closer look at Skyla, shall we? So what can Skyla actually do? So as a supporter, I find it very versatile. So what do I mean by that? Well, I mean it can search your deck for a trainer card. You reveal it, of course, because it has to be a trainer card, not any card, and put it in your hand, and afterwards shuffle your deck. Well, this is a very versatile card because since instead of just raw draw power, it provides you with an option to search out specific cards in your deck. A lot of people would dismiss it just because it's not raw draw, because people prefer a raw draw card. But actually, I have also myself played a lot of Skylas in my previous decks, and I really think it's a great card. So I personally think, well, card is the way it functions, it's a very good card. But it's not so much what I think, because actually I didn't vote on this here. I just present the results, what you guys think. So let's see what you guys think. But before we do that, I would like to present a new little segment for these videos, which is I would like to call, well, in this case, Skyla Around the World. What do I mean by that? Well, what's Skyla called in different languages? Let's take a look at it. And why do I think this is interesting? Well, I collect different full art supporters in, well, different languages, so it's always fun for me to see, well, what is the different cards called in different languages. And now you can see what Skyla is called. And just a note here, for Korean and Japanese, this is just how we pronounced. I'm not going to write up in their native notation because, well, I can't read it. Sorry for that. I haven't learned it. Maybe I should in the future, but for now, I'll just write it up in normal Latin alphabet. So I hope you guys like this kind of stuff. I think it's very interesting. And now, with that said, let's move on to the rating, what you guys think. And of course, like always, we start with standard. So when Skyla was in standard, which, wait a moment, it still is in standard because it got reprinted. And now we can see what people actually think. So first of all, we see a lot of players come here with mostly 4s. And funny enough, the average lands exactly on 4. And that means overall, you guys think this is a quite good card. Not great, but it's a quite good card, which is interesting to see. I myself also think it's a quite good card. So 4 seems very reasonable. It's a very strong average to open with. And now with that said, let's go over and take a look how it looks in expanded. So compared to standard, for instance, it receives a much lower score in expanded. And well, it may have something to do with that the raw draw power is just so much better in expanded, and the search options are again so much better. Because you could, for instance, just play computer search, for an example, to get any card. Of course, computer search would have you discard stuff, but hey, you can still search anything. Skyla has limited to trainers. But then again, you can also play multiple copies of Skyla and not multiple copies of computer search, just to name an example. And actually, what Skyla does, well, let's look at uniqueness for that. See if there's any other cards that actually does a similar thing or what you guys think. And actually, when you look at it, this is a very fun distribution to look at. And now we actually see, well, in terms of uniqueness, you guys, most of you valued it at a 4, which is seeming quite unique. So the card was actually quite good in that sense. And of course, we see a nice average here again of 3.23. Not super impressive, but still a very solid average to bring to the table when we're going to put Skyla in the overall ranking. And last but not least, we still have artwork to go at. And there, you guys, well, a lot of you valued it a solid 5 for great artwork. I'm not going to go into the exact reasons why you got to do this, but I must say it is a pretty card. But I personally think there's better cards out there, but still, 5, well, pretty good rating. And overall, we get an average of 4.31, which is very solid. We also see quickly here, not a single 1 was given. A few 2s, a few 3s, and well, the overall opinion is here, well, Skyla is a very good looking card. So let's take all these numbers together and see what the overall score. Remember, each of these pillars are valued at the same, so 25% each, so 1/4. We average it all and we get an average of 3.40. And this is especially brought up because of the artwork and the standard performance, and the expanded performance is where it takes a downturn. But overall, 3.40 is a very solid average. And now, let's actually look where that brings Skyla in the overall ranking. Well, first, we still have N, Supreme, leading with a 4.24. Skyla comes now in second place with 3.40. We get Bianca in a third place, and well, for the 4 supporters we have ranked so far, Sharon takes the last spot with a pretty mediocre ranking of 1.84. Do you agree with this ranking? Well, let me know. I'm just basing all these results of what you gave me for filling out my surveys. And thanks you guys for doing that. And now, before we get on to who is up next, we have some bonus facts for you. So these are facts that you guys send in, so you can get them displayed here and see and tell me any fun things about Skyla that I didn't know maybe. And well, here you go, guys. See what you think about it. And well, still a few things. Oh, well, I didn't know about Skyla. For instance, her hairpin is a propeller rather than a flower. I would have said it was a flower. I didn't know. And well, a lot of other good comments here. Take a look at them. What do you think? Let me know if you come up with something else. Let me know in the comment section below. I would like to hear your experiences with Skyla, if you had it in your decks, if it was a very clutch card to play, or if you just like the card as it is. And with that said, let's look at who is up next. And the next one in line will be the 5th episode of this series, will be Colress. So for next time around, we're going to be taking a look at Colress. So before we get so far, I would like you to ask you guys to help me rate Colress. So if you want your opinion to be displayed here in the next episode, or also in general just want to help me out filling out, well, what is Colress's rating, you can look in the description below here for a link to the survey. And not enough by that, you also entered a small little lottery draw here to see whether you will be the next one to receive a small prize on PGGO, as a thank you for helping me out here. With that said, I hope you guys are having a great day, and until next time.